Hello and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, I'm Deirdre. And today is part 2 really of the downsizing round 3 and decluttering of my entranceway. I did the linen cupboard / utility cupboard in the last video, and today I'm going to go through the grey cupboard that's in there, and while the top of it that you see is tidy and organised, and in the bottom there are sentimental things and things that are difficult for me to get rid of. But the time comes when some things just are going to go, and I think this is it. It's not easy, the downsizing. I'm not talking about getting rid of clutter. Clutter's one thing, downsizing's another. And, well, as it's meant to be, and it's moving on and it's changing. And change is not a bad thing, but it is something to get used to embracing. I think that's the right word. Anyway, that's where I am at the moment. So I'm going to keep myself focused on the things that matter to me. And as I said in the last one, I like the William Morris quote about having nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful. And obviously that believe is really subjective. So what you believe will be different from what I believe. Everybody is different, and that's what I'd really like to stress in this, because I feel that a lot of people talk about downsizing and getting rid of things as though it is in fact some sort of moral journey, and it's not. I'd like to think of myself as an essentialist more and more, but that's to do with me. I get anxious in a cluttered environment, and that's just me. If you don't, have what you like around you. Really believe that. And I don't actually think that we have a duty to our children to get rid of things. I know a lot of people feel that. I don't. Yes, it's nice if you choose to do it. My parents were great. They did get rid of 90% of things. They were essentialists and just had a few things around that they liked and were beautiful. But honestly, if you want to live in your home and your children are going to inherit, then quite frankly, you live the way you want to live. I don't feel that anybody has the right to put pressure on you to do it in a particular way. Now, with a partner, if you have differing opinions, now that's something completely separate and something you need to work out together. But anybody else, kids, friends, family, the person who drives the Uber, the real estate agent who really wants to list your house, those people don't get a vote. You get the votes, okay? So please don't feel that because I'm doing this that you have to, should do, that there's any moral obligation. There are no downsizing, decluttering police on this video, okay? This is entirely about me. And I don't mean that in a sort of a selfish way, but if it does motivate and inspire, I think that's wonderful too, if it's something you want. If it's not something you want, as I've often said, sit back, have a cup of tea, and come along. Or not. Go and find yourself a car renovation video. Sorry, I've just discovered these strange videos where people restore things in silence. It's quite meditative, really. Anyway, that's a new thing. So, if you like this sort of downsizing, cleaning, minimalizing, but mainly about finding your way to do it in the way that will work for you, then please subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you think these sorts of videos are useful, and do put on that little notification bell. You know, the little bell that's down, hang on, wrong hand. Yes it is, no, it's down there. So turn on the bell, because otherwise they get lost in YouTube. Sorry, I'm waving my hands around because I'm holding you on this hand, because I've put my tripod over there so that we can look at the cupboard while I'm doing it. I think there'll be enough light. What else I want to say? Oh yes, Instagram. Obviously, find my Instagram down below and DM me. Say hello in the comments, obviously. That's wonderful. I'm also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, all of those things. The links are down below. So, I'm going to go now and show you what it is that we're going to be looking at today. I know, I nearly did it yesterday, but I was saved by some very noisy plumbers. That was good, wasn't it? They were replacing some things outside, so I didn't end up doing it, but today I will. And look who's sitting right where he was last time. Hello, you. There's a little bit of sun coming in. It's a bit pale. Hey, you're a beautiful boy. Yes, he still hasn't gone home. I don't know. He'll be going home soon. Right, back in here, and this is the cupboard, which looks okay, doesn't it? You know, I've got some little bunnies up there and things. Little sheep. Oh, that's a Christmas gift from a friend that I couldn't get rid of. No, not get rid of, pack away. It's one of those beautiful Finnish glass birds. Okay, here we go. Oh, some books, of course. Always books. I like having that little mirror up the back. Okay, so it's not too bad. It's a bit cluttery. I think some of these have to go. Well, move. And then we go down to below. Yeah, I know. Out of sight, out of mind. You know the story. There are some photo albums going back. I really should have dates on them. Some more of these balls. All sorts of stuff in there. Some can be there, some I'd rather it wasn't. What am I going to do? I might put it over on the table again the same way that I did last time, simply because the lighting is much better over there. Well, it's now completely dark outside, so there's none of the wonderful daylight that I was going to film in, which is why I brought everything out here onto the table. Still got my buffalo check blanket for the cat because he's still here somewhere. He's not going to be impressed of his favourite sleeping spot for the at night. And yes, it's on the table, and yes, I just wash it before I use it. The table, that is, not the cat. And yeah, so I've got to get all of this sorted and put back somewhere before he decides to run through the middle of it in the middle of the night. Let us get started. Where do I even begin? Well, okay, these are those very high quality little, I think they're made in Germany, children's toys. A lamb. You'll see a repetitive theme here. There are quite a lot of sheep, right? So I have no idea why we had the cat. I really don't understand why we had the cat, but these will go in Isabel's play box because one day she will come home, or I'll put them in my pocket when I go to Zambia and take them with me. So they're not getting thrown away, and they're not getting put back either. Right, Christmas things. A Bunnykins plate, so that goes in the Christmas box. As do these, which are room sprays. They're the Crabtree and Evelyn ones. I don't even think I've got a Crabtree and Evelyn shop nearby anymore. And I'm tempted to just leave this candle out. It is actually sort of one I think of as a Christmas one, but it's already been partially burned, and there'll be others next Christmas. These also are going in the Christmas box. Now, I was going to get, sell these. They're Villeroy and Bosch Christmas tales. Doesn't say what year. It says Russian fairy tales. This is the Snow Maiden. That's the Snow Maiden's wedding by the look of it. They're quite astonishing. If I decide to sell them, I will sell them closer to Christmas time. Now, something I can get rid of. This was just a little thing I picked up on a whim, and I shouldn't have. Now, these have served, perhaps that is those little fairy lights. Probably still go on. Yes, still go on. These have served me well, but no more. They were the mercury glass, but that's gone all sort of funny, and I can't clean it because it's something that's happened inside, and it's between the glass and the coating on the inside. So I'm going to just donate those. I've got 3 of them. Something else that was in there that just has to go. It's my little French candle. I'm sorry, it's just it's all used up. It won't burn anymore. It just has some perfume left in it, but I have to get rid of it. So that's going out. And along with the sheep theme, I have this lovely James Herriot. Who's it by? Border Fine Arts, Pass, don't know. Tannerfield Pottery. Anyway, it's from the James Herriot range. As are these, which are Beswick. So they're all part of the same family, and I will keep them together. And one day I'm going to display my sheep again. These stay just some little ornamental pears, but I really like them, and I like that silvery, because it's not white, but it's white and silver are the things that I really like having around. These are all old-fashioned photo albums, and they're lovely, and I'm going to go through them and pick out some of my favourites and then scan them and blow them up and, you know, use them as art. But I sort of want to get back into the habit of printing my photos. The best of my photos I want to print out and put in albums again, because they are fun to sit down and look at, and they are so much better than the digital ones that we just we see and then we don't see again. So these things, very precious, and they stay. Now this is where I come to problems, you see. Beautiful little Ladro, oh no, that's Royal Copenhagen. So is she, isn't she? Yes, I have these two beautiful babies, these Royal Copenhagen little figurines, and I love them, and I have two more in my bedroom, my two little boys. Look, I don't know, I think I just keep them, because the value that you get from selling them is minimal. People simply do not pay for these sorts of things anymore, or at the moment. They'll come back into fashion, I'm sure. Everything turns around, comes around. But in the meantime, I do love them. They are beautiful, and as a result, I can have them, given that I have a space I can keep. And this is so cute, and my niece will recognise this. This was her little boy. It's a photo of her little boy, only her little boy is a big grown-up boy now. Quite a grown-up boy. And yes, he was so cute in his Easter bunny outfit. Now, this beautiful little Wedgwood, it is Wedgwood, isn't it? Yes, little Wedgwood clock, that can go. Here we are. I am going to be selling some things. These are like the big ones that are in the cabinet still. They're Christmas, like giant Christmas baubles. These I'm going to pack away for Christmas and just put them in the Christmas box. These have no batteries in them, which is the only way to store them. That one, however, didn't it? So that one I've got to empty. These I'll just bundle up and put them in the Christmas box. But the most important thing, obviously, is to take out any batteries that were in them and dispose of those properly. See, these are little sentimental items. That's a little seal that I was given, and yes, of course I keep it. A little glass tray with a lizard. Can you see the lizard in that? And that was a gift from one of my sons. So that stays. A pair of binoculars I never use. They can go. A whole pile of Christmas baubles, which I will offer to my son and daughter-in-law. At the moment I'll put them with the Christmas things. Beautiful little Ladro Eskimo people. Inuit. Oops, cat's just pushed my iPad off something. There we go, it's all survived. So these I am going to let go. I'm going to sell these and just let them go. They're beautiful, but sometimes you just can't have, I don't need to have everything. Keep the polar bear for Christmas, I think. It's absolutely beautiful. But I'll let the kangaroo go. Maybe I keep a leopard as well. Oh, I have an extra sheep. Okay, extra sheep can be sold. Then I have all these really interesting ones. And these are my collection for years. The sheep I'm going to pack carefully and think about putting them back out again, because I loved them. I haven't thought about how to display them in a way that isn't cluttered. The Royal Crown Derby little creatures. It's now that I've hit grandma status, I'm very tempted to keep them. I wasn't going to, but then suddenly I think, well, they're the sorts of things a small child will like to look at one day, and I can always get rid of them at any point. And to be honest, their value to somebody else isn't as much as their value to me. The puffin. Do you know that puffins are on the threatened species list now? I can't believe it. I just thought they were sort of a forever creature, but obviously nothing is a forever creature. And they're still being eaten on, I think, the Faroe Islands. They have a huge cull of them, just because it's traditional. And what was right for one time perhaps is not right for another. See, these should be out. I'm going to put these out in that cabinet because I love them. So we have these which are going to be sold. I'll sell them on eBay. They're nice and small. I can send them off anywhere in the world, which is easy. A little Wedgwood clock and a Beswick ram. Definitely a ram actually. And this is one of the Wedgwood Noah's Ark collection. I'm keeping the other two. Maybe I should keep the Australian one as well. Seems a bit unfair to not keep the Australian, doesn't it? But anyway, and the little Wedgwood clock. They're all being sold. I have these things to pop into the Christmas box. These are things that are being donated, and then this is how I've got it looking at the moment. It's very plain again, which is good. The things that I have in here are sentimental things. It's a little Swarovski crystal clown that my beloved niece gave me. So lovely. And that was one she gave Mum, and Mum gave to me when she passed away. And there's a little lamb that my son gave me, all from the same beautiful crystal. So I love these, and it's not about whether they fit into any sort of decor, it's what they are. They're beautiful, and who gave them to me. Same with my beautiful, beautiful finish blind glass bird. It's stunning. And my little Royal Curran Derby sitting up there, and my sheep, some of my sheep sitting there. I've got a bunny peeping around the corner, some of my pretty things here. And then this is a much less crowded bottom of it. I've packed away the things that I'm keeping. There are other things here that are just waiting, sitting there. They'll be used at some point. This is actually part of my Christmas decorations, but they will get crushed. It will get crushed, so that can just wait there. And then here are the photo albums. So really, all in all, I'm rather happy with the number of things that I've got out of here, which was what it was all about. And there we go. Now, you may have got rid of more or less, or none at all. Many of you will have just said, oh, just get rid of the lot. But it's not about that. It's about finding a way that's right for me, and that would be right for you in your home. So I've got some things to sell, some things to gift, some things to just give away, and other things that I've just emptied out, and I will store them differently. And I'm happy with that. And each time I do this, round by round, and it does take time, well, it does for me anyway, that I let more things go. It's a hard process. And for me, it's been going on for, what, 3 years? And sort of longer, and there's a backstory here that is probably why I hang on to some things more than I should, maybe. But who says? Who's making up these rules? So take away that should. There is no should, okay? This is about what works for me, and me with my history, with my life. And for everybody else, it's different. Sorry, I'm moving around because, of course, I'm holding it up now. I've got you on. You're off the tripod, and I'm just holding you. So I hope that you got something out of that. That it inspired you to hold on to some things you love. That it inspired you to get rid of some things that you have been thinking about letting go. All in all, though, I hope it was about finding what's right for you. And because that's all I can say is that I'm doing is trying to find a place that's right for me. I hope that if you're interested in this sort of thing, that you'll subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.